Allison, I know you've got a busy schedule today, and you have to be a lot of places, and I'm going to make this as quick as possible. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Well, thank you. I'm excited to be here. We've been traveling around the state on our listening tour, been in over 34 counties so far since we filed back in January, and we're having a great time and honored to be here with you today, Jim.
Well, thank you. You know, I have grandchildren about your age, and I'm going to ask you the same question that I would ask them. Why would a bright young person like you get into politics?
Well, you know, I was born and raised in politics from the moment I could reading precinct lists, and from the moment I could write, writing letters to help get out the vote and walk in the great counties of this Commonwealth to get strong Democrats elected. I'm a lifelong Democrat and a native here to Kentucky, and this is sort of second nature for me. And as an attorney, I've worked with this office of Secretary of State for years now, and I know how we can make it better. I know how we can move our state forward, and I think most importantly, now is the time for a new generation, Jim, for my generation, to take the reins to help move Kentucky forward.
You know, Trey Grayson, bless his heart, he was a Republican.
Yes, sir.
And I never voted for Trey, and Trey knew that. But when I went into his office in Frankfort, Trey always treated me with respect. Will you keep that same civility if you're elected as Secretary of State?
I will. Trey Grayson, he was actually in the right party before when he was in college. He was a Democrat. So we do have some great things in common with him, and I'm hopeful he'll be enlightened and come back to the right party before too long. But he laid a great foundation in the Secretary of State's office and did some great work. And I think having respect for, regardless of your political leanings, for all of our constitutional officers is a requirement, from our governor and lieutenant governor down to treasurer and commissioner of agriculture, and most importantly, in the Secretary of State's office. You have to preserve, protect, and promote all citizens' right to vote. You have to be an ambassador, encourage business to come here. Both of things that I will do if humbled to be elected as Kentucky's next Secretary of State.
Okay, you know, here in Kentucky we have a lot of half Democrats, and really sometimes we call them Republican lights.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you this. Do you support the National Democratic Party platform?
I do, Jim. Unlike my opponent, I am a lifelong Democrat, born and raised, and proud to stand up and say I'm a Democrat and running on the Democratic Party ticket.
Uh-oh. Looks like some of your folks are saying you've got to be someplace.
Well, thank you very much for having me. We're excited to be here in Hardin County today, honored to have the support of elected officials all across this state. We're going to be touring the county with Colonel Mike Weaver today, going over to Fort Knox, and really honored to be here. Hopefully we'll get some time to see maybe Representative Jimmy Lee as well, and really appreciate you taking time to spend a few moments with us.
Well, when you see Mike Weaver, tell him I said hello. And
I will
Jimmy
do it.
Lee, tell him I said hello.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.